man, your show's gonna be awesome, bro. Show's gonna be awesome.
Okay, Taniscapi, Natanako Mateo, come on. And thank you for watching today's Entertainers with Little Dog. I am excited for today's show. We have some amazing people here on for you guys. And you know what I just remembered? I forgot to go live on Instagram. It's so just for all of you who watch on Instagram, um, I do apologize as I know that I can't see your guys's let me see. I can't see y'all's comments on Instagram. And so I do apologize. Now, uh today's entertainers with Little Dog. I keep forgetting about it because Instagram is still kind of new as far as that goes. And there's a couple extra steps that go along with going live on Instagram. And so, that's why I kind of struggle with it a little bit. So give me 1 minute while I copy this, go back over here and edit, go on to Instagram. Yeah, it's a good thing nobody's logged on just yet. I know that a lot of people are going to be watching this in the rerun. However, I appreciate all of you guys being patient with me. Like I said, I'm just not used to going live on it on Instagram Live. So just because of the extra steps. However, we will get there. Go live. I've already hit live on there. And there we are. All right, excellent. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and kick off with some of the announcements that we have going on. We have a lot of things that are going to go. Hey, hi, Connie. Thank you for tuning in and checking it out. Good to see you. you know, uh, Want to thank all of our sponsors real quick. We have Water Pure Texas. We do a lot of stuff as far as filtering out the stuff that's in the water, because water is important. And what you can do on your end is if you go to Google your city, Google your address, and put water quality test. For instance, this one's for Bethesda, and you can actually check your own water quality. For instance, this one has combined radium, beta F phadons, radioactive components, cleaners, detergents, pesticides. Not all of them are as detailed as this one. This one's actually really, really detailed very well, such as, arsenic, asbestos, all that, as well as these right here. And these right here, which is unregulated. These are unregulated by the EPA. One of them is chloroform. A lot of bad stuff. Now, this is what they call the PFAs, the forever chemicals, stuff that they can't get out of water. However, I can tell you that we did find a way to get it out of the water, and it is through natural materials. So, give us a call, find out more information about it. You know, we do home water filters. So, thank you to Water Pure Texas for sponsoring us for the year, and I really appreciate you guys. Red Bones Financial, big news coming on that end right there. I still do the pension reviews, as well as I'm going to be adding a whole new segment to it, which is going to help out with the health insurance side and going to disrupt the health insurance stuff. So, pretty excited about that. It's going to be group plans that are way cheaper than what they're going for now, so that way small business owners can afford to actually help out their employees without taking an arm and a leg off of them. So great news there. I'll be having more information on that as that develops. And want to keep going on to more stuff. So now we will go to, oh, we have another comment. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. And for all of you guys watching, there is a little bit of a delay. So if it takes me a little while to get back to you, there's a little bit of a delay, okay? I've been doing pretty good. I've been working, staying busy, That's where Red Bones Financial. Now, I do have some stuff that I've been doing with Dallas Film Hub, which you're going to see a little bit of it later on. It's every Friday, and I'm excited. I like this. This is fun. We get together, we make some short films, and we get to go different places. So we had one that came out today. If you go to IRM Films on YouTube, you can actually see the latest one that came out today featuring yours truly. So check it out. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Second up is we have some powwows coming up. We have a powwow coming up in May. We have on May 11th, Sunday, at from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at YMCA in Arlington, 2200 South Davis Road, Arlington, Texas, 76013. Went there last year. This one is actually pretty fun. Not too long after that, Eli was there, and we played Kabuchitoli or Cha Cha Stickball in a park not too far from that YMCA afterwards because it is on a, was it on a Sunday? It is on a Sunday again, yes. So, moving on to causes a little bit, we support the American Indian Native Studies program. We asked for help for people to go call the School Board of Education in Texas here and tell them to support the bill because they still haven't, they haven't voted yes, they haven't voted no, and so we're trying to get them to vote yes on this, but we don't want to put it on the sunset. We also don't want it to get stuck in the middle of, limbo because here in Texas there's a miseducation, a serious miseducation about the indigenous population and what happened to the indigenous tribes as well as books that are approved here. And so far right now, Austin, it's up for vote and it's up for vote in Grand Prairie, which are currently the only two school zones that are doing it. So look out for later on at the end of May. I'll be meeting with the writers of the bill. And we're gonna put out a live, so that's gonna be a live event for you guys to look out for. It's gonna be probably May 29th or June 2nd at the latest because they're probably not going to vote for it right now. They're probably going to vote for it over the summer. And what it is they're trying to get all political. They haven't said no to it, but they're getting political about it, about what kind of books that should be approved. They're trying to I don't want to say anything negative about it, but they're trying to do things for it. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. And the way that you help out is you call one of these people right here, and you contact them and say, hey, that you want to support them. Here is what you're going to tell them next. Actually, hello, my name is Little Dog. I live in Fort Worth, Texas. Very glad. I'm very glad that the American Indian Native Studies Initiative Innovative course is up for renewal in April, which now it's June. I hope that you'll consider voting in favor for the renewal. Texas students, parents, and Native community members are counting on your support. And that's for all of you out there, too, you know. And so, you know, please vote that in. The other way that you can support is you can follow this right here. This, I'm told that this petition is still active. You can follow this, get your phones out, follow that QR link. Let's see, wrong hand finger. There we go. Follow that QR link. And what you can do is you can sign the petition and support the cause. So appreciate all of you guys and appreciate everyone's support. Let me go to comments again. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Your backup battery's doing its job. Good job, man. I know it's storming. It stormed out here earlier this morning, and I'm glad that it cleared up because everybody knows that whenever it storms, our power is unstable, and so the internet gets a little wonky. So I'm happy that it is quit storming here. However, it did move out to East Texas, and that is where it's storming at now, and they're having power issues at the moment. So I apologize for that. It's not my fault, but I apologize. I wanted to go over the new image for Waterpure Texas. I forgot to bring this up earlier whenever I was giving them, but this is the new logo. Snazzy, right? Nice. Very nice. Anyways, we're just having fun today. I enjoy. It's been a very good day. So I'm in a very good mood. I'm pretty uppity. Things are going kind of smoothly, so I'm pretty happy. Now, here's something that happened that I went to pretty recently. It was the free Leonard Peltier premiere at the Dallas Independent Film Festival, and I got to meet Miss Jane Myers herself. She is an amazing person, and that is an awesome documentary. Very touching, very deep. It shows a whole other side of uh, of the process and the struggles that they went through and the challenges that they faced from the government themselves, and how he was falsely accused to being released finally by Joe Biden. How back in the 90s Clinton was trying to release him, but the FBI staged a whole walkout thing and protested it. So I'm glad that he's out. He's been suffering some health issues, and he's been a political prisoner for over 50 years. So very happy that he is out. Now, I do want to go over the Blackfoot 101 lesson. Let me see if I can do this correctly. I think it goes like this. Nope, didn't work. Anyways, um, sorry, that's later. Here's the lesson, and this is in association with the Blackfoot Language Academy on Facebook. So, Kitsuka, sorry, I forgot to turn off. Oh, forgot to turn off notifications. So this is I love you. It's and I meant to do this in February. However, I don't know why, but I had forgotten. So Gitsiko Gitsiko Komen. Sorry, I'm having a little tongue tied because I got a little excited. A little bit too much caffeine in my diet today. Gitseko Komen. That means I love you in Blackfoot. So if you haven't told anybody today, tell them now. Turn to the person to your side. In another announcement, I did start a new production company, which you saw the logo for a little bit earlier on. Now this one's not going to be the oh, I didn't upload. Oh, it did. Now this one's not going to be for you know whenever I do the American Indigenous Studies, or whenever I shoot for people who are storytellers or anything like that. It's not going to be for that one. It's going to be for, say, self tapes, monologues. Actors need this kind of stuff, and I'm in the DFW area. I have a camera. I have lights. I mean, obviously. I also have all my equipment, and I have a backdrop. I don't ever use it here, but I have a backdrop, and I have different colors. So, what I'm going to be doing is at 75, and it's going to be per hour depending on how much you do. So usually it doesn't go over an hour. So, 75 to record, and that's going to include, the editing as well as adding the color to it as well, or color correction, and 100 if I am your reader. Okay, so I don't ever expect those to go over an hour unless you're like completely repetitive about it. So but I can get that back to you, same day if we do it early enough. And so I can travel out to you, or you could travel to me. I do have somewhere that we can go that where we'll do that. I'll also have my own sound equipment too, so that way whenever you're saying it, you're actually be saying it into a separate microphone outside of my camera. So pretty cool stuff. I'm going to show you that right now. All right. Now, if you haven't ever heard that before, it's okay because I actually just made it. When is this some software? And I've been getting to the point to where if I post, and if you may have noticed a little bit of differences in my ads that they don't really have lyrics in them, or they're a different version of it. That's because I've started getting notifications that whenever I post, that monetizations start to go other places, and that goes for a lot of my other posts too. So I stopped using music in my posts because that actually drove me all the way down to like 99 cents, and I was like, whoa, that is a big difference. But anyways, uh, that is why I started using different music, and I started using more of the music that DJ Kane had actually done when he was on this podcast. And so, shout out to DJ Kane, shout out to Dallas Film Hub. We have an amazing episode coming up. We have Ace is our first guest tonight. She is not quite online yet, but we are being patient. Let's see if I can message her. There we go. Hey, how about that? And I did it in a pretty timely manner. So my next question is actually going to be for whenever, because I have a special treat for you guys. I do, and I don't want to say anything too early, but I'm in talks with somebody major about coming on, and somebody that's a legend coming on the show this coming month in May. And so they may actually be able to be on the same episode, which makes me extremely excited. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and play the intro music for our actress and model, Ace little Miss Ace Diosa. And this is actually something I got off of her page, so pretty cool. We'll be right back with her.
In this world, vision is everything. You don't need a lot of money to prove to people that you got some, to look like some, that you are worth some. You just gotta have the vision, the mentality, and the tenacity to be able to go out there and stand on your own and show people where you come from. Life is gonna always be lifing. Sometimes you gotta dig deep and find out who you really are. If another influencer want to tell you to go spend $1,000 on equipment and cameras and all that, I'm gonna let them tell you that bullshit. For me personally, I'm gonna grab my phone, put that motherfucker in 4K and make it happen. Shit, I'm already getting paid on it, so somebody like it.
Yeah, it's so much content to choose from that honestly, that's the one that I like the most.
Yes, because that's some real stuff right there in that audio. I was feeling it. I
Oh,
was
for sure.
feeling it.
Hey, thank you for joining us today. Ace. How are you
You're
doing today?
welcome. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I wonder if you can like see me properly on
Uh, I,
this.
I need to go a little bit higher. It's coming off your forehead.
Okay. 1 second.
Let's see if we go this. There we go.
Not
Yeah, you can put it up and down now. Like for instance, if
awesome.
the camera will rotate. There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
All right. And let me see if I can play with the camera settings a little bit. There we go.
Okay.
A little bit easier there, right?
Uh,
So I did let everybody know that you're an actress and a model, and you actually have a business venture. We're getting into that a little bit later on, okay? But if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself to our viewers today.
well, hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for joining in. I'm Ace Diosa, model and actress, and currently a brand business person, trying to be at least, trying to get it started. So thank everyone for joining.
Nice. Now, what did you do before you started modeling?
Honestly, I started modeling at a young age, so really nothing.
Nice. How old were you when you first got your first discovered modeling?
16.
16? Oh,
Mhm.
wow. You really didn't do anything. You were a student.
Yes, yes, I was super young, but I stopped for a while because I just felt like life was lifing like crazy, and I'm like, I had that back and forth thinking of, is it really something that I can make into a career, or is it longevity in it? And at the time, I didn't think so, but deep down, I felt like it was my calling, so I started again.
Nice. Hey, congratulations on that. How long? See, that was when you were 16. I don't know how mature you are now, but we don't want to give away either if we don't want to give it away. But how old or how long have you been modeling for, if you don't mind that one?
So when I started again, about 5 years.
Okay,
Mm.
nice. And then out of those 5 years, when did you start acting?
Literally shortly after. So it's levels to acting and levels to modeling. For me, I learned early on that you can't do one without the other. Like honestly, and acting on screen, you're kind of modeling as well, depending on what role you're playing. And as far as modeling, you have to tap into certain personalities and certain characters to bring someone's vision to life. So it's like both. For me, I'm more of a commercial actress. I'm trying to dig deep into film. Shout out to Dallas Film Hub. Yeah.
For sure. Dallas Film Hub has been amazing. Dobie is an amazing person, man. I've seen some of him. I've seen some of the shots that he's pulled off, and it's like, man,
Oh
that's
my,
next level thinking.
yes. I love
I'm glad to be a part of the group. That's awesome. That's for sure. Now, I did share one of the photos in your ad that was from Henny Clothing, right?
Oh yes. My favorite brand.
I wanted to make sure that we give her a shout out
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
Now,
And we did Dallas Fashion Week in March, and I'm gonna be walking with her. Um in Milan, Italy, September 26th. So I'm excited.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Congratulations, that is awesome, and that's big. I mean, I know that especially going to fashion shows overseas, that's got to be something else right there too.
Yeah,
And you get to go with your favorite designer.
exactly. A lot of pressure, but it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait.
That is awesome. That is great to hear. I know that. So tell us a little bit about what training you had to go through whenever you got into modeling.
Honestly, when I was freelancing, I just looked on YouTube. I was like, why do I have to pay X amount of dollars to learn how to model? And I feel like I know how. So when I was starting off, I just looked up YouTube videos on how to walk properly in a runway and things of that nature. And I would do a lot of like freelance work. But then I realized, like, if you want to take your modeling career seriously and really learn the industry, then you have to take classes. So I actually went through a program with John Casablancas and also J3 Productions when I came to Dallas. Shout out to Willie.
Oh, nice. So how long were you with John Casablanca for?
2 years. My contract with them was for 2 years.
Oh, okay, nice.
And through training, and I actually got signed with them. So I was with them for a while.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I've heard mixed reviews about John Casablanca.
Mhm.
Were they able to actually get you hooked up with an agent that was licensed, or how did that work out?
So I was actually with them, but they would like send work from other like agencies and companies and stuff like that.
Okay, that's
Mm.
pretty cool. Uh, what about huh, somehow I managed to switch the language on my Instagram without knowing it. Because I looked on there, we're not actually live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. It's just Instagram. I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's pretty cool. I've heard that some people say don't pay agents. Some people say that John Casablanca's great. It's just been some mixed reviews as far as on the acting side goes. And I do agree with you about the acting and modeling because there's been a couple of jobs that I got into modeling that I didn't really wasn't really looking for model jobs, but I happened to still get them.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool.
Go for it. So if you have that look, if you just train a little bit, like you can bring what they're looking for, honestly.
Nice.
Hmm.
Um, what kind of training have you had for acting though? Have you done any training in that, or has it been a lot of like Dallas Film Hub and independent filmmakers and all that?
With J3 Productions, we actually have acting classes.
Oh,
So
nice.
acting classes with them. So I had to learn a monologue, two-person scene, code reads, all of that. And that was new for me. That was new for me because that's more so on like the film side of things.
Hmm.
Besides code reads is more commercial, but the monologue and two-person scene, I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling a little bit, but working with them and then working with me, I felt confident at the end of the sessions.
Okay, nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Congratulations on all of that too, by the way. You're doing great. I see you're always busy, and it's always good to be busy.
Yeah.
And you're trained as well too. Big congrats on you. Now, do you have like an IMDb page that people can check you out at, or I have your other links for your YouTube, your Facebook, and your Instagram on the end credits.
Well, I have a website. It's called shapedbyace.com. And there, I'm loading up, I'm doing a brand shoot this week actually to load up the merch on there. So I'll be able to sell merch. This is one of the outfits that I will be selling for the girlies summertime.
Nice.
Also, it's for my portfolio. It's also have a blog on there to showcase models and actors and whomever wants to be a part of the blog. So yeah, I created it because it's really for aspiring models and helping them. So I'm gonna do runway classes, acting classes. Well, not acting, but like posing, facial
Yeah.
classes. Um, what else? I have a lot on there. Yeah, it's basically like the overstory. It's just basically about building a community, a creative community, and having people to be able to get the information they need, the knowledge they need to thrive in this industry.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. That's going to be on your website. That one right there. Did I spell it right?
I honestly can't.
SHAPEDBYACE.
Yes. I honestly created it because I just wish I had that, not really mentorship, because I had a mentor, but like a community of my peers to vent to talk to about certain things in the industry, because we all go through things and we sometimes we feel like it's just us. But no, it's not. Like, so many people go through the same things, and I feel like having a community to be able to vent to and share energy when it comes to that, like, I think that'll be
Mhm.
helpful. So yeah.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, actually. So, what are some of the challenges that you faced in the industry?
Honestly, like showing up unprepared. So I thought it was more so of, I come how I am, and here I am, you wanted me here, and you provide everything I need. It's not that way. Like, you have to show up ready, because you have to show them that this is something that you really want to do. So I remember one time showing up at a fashion show and only had those specific boots that my designer at the time, I was only walking for one designer at the time, that she wanted me to wear. So another opportunity came to walk with someone else, but they wanted nude heels, and I didn't bring nude heels at the time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I just missed this opportunity because I was unprepared. As a model, you always bring nude undergarments, nude heels, black heels, like, you have to have a model bag. You have to be prepared no matter where you go. You can go to an audition and you think it's just that. No, an opportunity can come from that. So you have to be ready. So yeah, that was my mistake.
Oh, wow. That is that's a good one right there, And that is a big thing too, because there are sometimes whenever, even if you're starting off in acting, a lot of times you start off in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know, sometimes you got to bring your own wardrobe, and it's like, hey, bring this and this. They'll give you a little bit of instructions beforehand, so we're a little lucky on that part. But sometimes you show up and you just don't have everything, and next thing you know, you walked yourself out of a little extra roll there, some little extra cash that could have been yours.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, sometimes they'll ask out of the spare of the moment, someone didn't show up and you were an extra role, but now they want you as a speaking role. So you have to be prepared for that as well.
Exactly. If they change up the rules for last minute, they're like, hey, this is missing something. Let's
Mm-hmm.
have somebody say something. Hey, what's your name? Come over here. You match the look. Next thing you know, like you said, you missed out on an opportunity. Not only that, you miss out on the networking opportunities you get on set.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
how,
the.
how important would you say networking is in the industry that we're in?
I'm sorry.
How important would you say that networking is in the industry that you're in for
Oh my God,
modeling and
very
acting?
important. Like, the top of the important things, networking is the top three, because honestly, that's, if you have to put yourself out there. You have to get out there. You have to meet people. You don't know who's who in the room. So you may be just to yourself or in your phone, and the person next to you could be a director, a producer, a film writer. And just it takes 2 seconds to say, hey, how are you? My name is Ace. What do you do? And you will never know who's sitting next to you in the room or who's in the room with you unless you speak and network.
Nice. Now, have you gotten any jobs off of networking?
Yes, most of my jobs is off of networking, honestly. um so yeah, like, someone would meet me and they'd be like, hey, I like your style, or I like your look, especially when I have my natural hair, my short hair that's
Hmm.
coming braids out. But they're like, "Oh my gosh, you look like a model," and I'm like, "I do model," and they're like, "Oh, I know this fashion designer. Oh, I know this beauty person that's looking for someone to be in her commercial." Like, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm down. Like, send me the details. Let's talk about it." So it's a lot that you can do with networking. You network, you'll find a lot of opportunities through that.
Nice. Now, here's actually something that kind of popped up a little bit beforehand too, and we had somebody ask this question actually now.
Okay.
Is have you ever heard of Studio One in Deep Ellum?
No, see, I am new to Dallas. So with the Dallas realm of things, I have a small like group of people I know. So I'm really still trying to branch out and see who's who in Dallas and the spots and stuff. So
Mm.
I'm gonna check that out too.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that was Pat Weston that brought it to our attention. So, he's one of our viewers. He's one of our consistent viewers too. So, we have a pretty steady following, bunch of people that are around the world actually, and so I'm very appreciative of all of them.
Yeah,
They make the show,
yeah.
and and wonderful guests like you as well.
Oh, thank you. And you was creating this. Like, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, for sure. It's something way for you guys to get out there, and especially if we haven't had a lot of interviews or anything. It's great for exposure. Uh, Let me remove that right at the top. I'm still getting used to running this all on my own, and so I'm pretty happy about running the software. But pretty soon, I probably won't be doing it alone. That's gonna be something a little bit later on. But Dallas Film Hub has some things moving and shaking that are going to be happening soon,
Okay.
and we're going to be making things change up for the show a bit too. Different settings, stuff like that. So, pretty excited.
Kidding. I'm gonna have to come back.
Oh, for sure. And everybody who's come on the show before, definitely welcome back. Because honestly, like I said, I want you guys to get a lot of exposure. I want to showcase some of y'all's talents, some of the things that may come up a little bit later on. Maybe we do a little example. For if we have enough space for a walkout, you do a little model walkout too. Kind of show off some of Henny's clothes.
Yeah, I'm down.
And so because I'm all about promoting independent talent, and you've been doing a lot of networking, especially being new to Dallas. How recent was it that you moved here?
Honestly, it's a little over a year.
Oh
But
wow.
I moved from Austin. I lived in Austin for 3 years. So I was still like back and forth from Dallas to Austin. So I really didn't get it settled till about 11 months ago. So yeah, almost a full year.
Oh, okay, nice. So I gotta ask, do you like Dallas or Austin more?
Look, I'm not trying to get beat up on here. I'm not trying to. I think it's pros. Well, I'm from Houston, by the way. So I've lived in the triangle, you know. So out of all three, I like all three, but all of them has the pros and cons to it for sure. But I'm up to Dallas. I think I have to be here for another year or so to really like get the feel of it.
All right. You're slowly making migrating north.
Yes.
It's humid down there in Houston. I've been down there. It's really humid.
Yes. Right now is not the time to be down there.
Oh yeah, I melt. I turn into a snowman and just melt. But I tell you what, I shed that weight. So, do you have any projects that has made it onto the screen anywhere, whether it's YouTube or Tubi or anything like that?
So I've only done in the acting world when it comes to film is like supporting roles. So
Mhm.
I may or may not be on there, you know, you know how to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I did the Sugar City movie. I've been in a few movies, especially here in Dallas and in Austin. I don't know if you heard of the movie Not Alone, but I was a supporting role in that one. Um, but commercial wise, I was in Delta Hotels by the Marriott.
Nice.
Fun. What else? City of Plano commercial. That was super fun as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been doing a little bit here and there. I'm really trying to dive deep into the film. I'm actually writing a short film
Oh,
that
nice.
hopefully, if everything goes the way it's supposed to go, and I have faith that it is, it'll be out no later than like February 2026.
Oh, nice. That'd be awesome. And now look at you, also writer.
I have so many stories. Like I'm like, I have to get this out of my head and just really put it down and create something of it.
For sure. And you know what? And it makes sense because we are in the age where a lot of this is a lot easier and it's a lot cheaper to be able to make something that's good.
Yes.
And so it opens a door for creativity. So there are some people that are out there that are very hesitant about, trying to jump into the industry or anything like that. Uh, and you said that yourself too, you kind of faced a little nervousness in there, whenever you had to back off and then you came back. What would you say to somebody who's nervous about jumping in? Some of the stuffs to watch out for.
I would just say be authentically you and stick to your boundaries, stick to your morals, and anything that isn't aligned with who you are is not for you. You know, don't try to take every opportunity, especially the ones that aren't good, because every opportunity isn't a good one. You have to remember that it's not about just putting yourself out there. It's about being true to yourself while you're putting yourself out there. You know, you don't want to just take any type of job. Um, that's what I would say. Just be authentically yourself. All the
Nice. That's some great advice. No. Uh, do you have any shout outs that you want to give?
yes. Okay, I have a few. I wrote them down. Okay. So, oh, I already said Milan Fashion Week. Shout out to Henny Clothing. Um, Dallas Swim Week is this Saturday. Link is in my bio on Instagram. So shout out to MOT Models of Texas. It's a fashion show that my brand will be in. It's called Bloom Fashion and Art Show on May 24th. The casting call is May 9th from 4 to 6 if you want to be in it. Shout out to Evolve and Brandisha. She's the one that's hosting it. And last but not least, shout out to Down for Local. I met this girl through Instagram. This is networking, right? So I met this girl through Instagram and she was like, hey, I'm trying to do this project. I need a few models. I need a few people to be, in the background. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it. I love the concept and everything. She was like, it's to promote my fashion show. It's called Upcycle the Runway. And I was like, okay, I'm all in because I love upcycle clothes. I'm a thrifty girl. So it was already on my wavelength. And when I went there, we literally spent the entire night at the mall filming the promo video for this runway. And it just came out so dope. I can't wait till it drops. So shout out to Nathalie.
Nice. That is
And
awesome.
that upcycle the runway is actually for donations. It's donations to give people sewing classes that want to sew. So it'll be free sewing classes for people that likes to sew or want to know how to sew. So that runway show will be Saturday, June 7th at 7 p.m.
Nice.
And shout
Nice. That is awesome.
Shout out to you. I've been seeing you do your big one too, and I love that. I love
I appreciate it. It's always great to see you. It's cool to run into you back again at Dallas Film Hub. It's great seeing you there too.
that.
And we always have fun out there. It's always fun hanging out with Doobie and to getting stuff done, right?
Yes. A
And
lot.
we met on at an audition, didn't we? For
Yeah,
that
we did.
did that ever go anywhere?
I have no idea.
Hey, but we got
Oh,
to use it as a networking event.
right. And that's another piece of advice. When you do auditions and you don't hear a call back, don't stress on it. Like sometimes I do auditions, I used to, and I'm like, oh, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. And I'll be stressing on it. And then like sometimes I get it and I'll be ecstatic and sometimes I don't. And I'm like, not depressed, but a little saddened about it because I feel like I did my best. So I learned when I do an audition, I do the audition and forget about it. And when they call you back for a callback, that's going to be the surprise. When they call you like, "Hey, you have a callback," and you're like, "Wait, which one is this one?" That's a better feeling than stressing about it. You know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, I recalled it because that's where I met you at. However, for the most part, I do a lot of auditions a week that I kind of forget anyways.
Hey,
I don't mean to. I just forget. And so I'll be like, what was that one I just did? And somebody calls me and I'm like, did I do that? Oh yeah, I did.
that's me. That's me.
And so hey, check this out. My sister's actually watching. Hi, my sister. uh you know, I used to at first I did fall into that, where it was a little difficult for me afterwards. I got a little bit nervous. I got, uh I was a little self-conscious in the
Mhm.
beginning. And so at first I was even nervous just self-recording and recording myself, or being on this. If you watch some of my very first podcasts on Spotify that used to be on, or the old producers ones, you'll see me like kind of stumbling around a lot, feeling super nervous, but I've kind of more matured now. How was your first time on set for whenever you did modeling?
Nerves were not even, it's not even the word. I can't even think of a word that can describe how I feel. It hasn't even been created yet, but the closest thing I can get to it is just shook. I was excited, but I was so nervous to the point where I kind of messed up. And it was a fashion show. I kind of messed up because I was so in my head about it because I was so nervous instead of just breathing and being in the moment. I was thinking, "Oh, I can't mess this up. I can't mess this up," and I end up messing up. So now, after that, I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm here. I'm happy. Let's do it. And ever since then, I have that attitude, a positive attitude, knowing like no matter what, this is a great opportunity. I'm supposed to be here. I kill it every time. So
Nice.
my first time, I was so nervous even talking now because a lot of people don't know this. So if you have seen me out or been around me, you can tell that I'm like to myself a little bit, or I'll be like in my own head. It's because I have social anxiety, and a lot of people don't believe that because I'm always on the scene, and I'm always like putting myself out there. But I realize I have to do that to get over it, because if I just stay in a corner all night, I'm not going to be able to get those opportunities. I'm not going to be able to meet new people and actually break out of that anxiety that I have no idea why I have it. But like even on here, you see me doing this or like doing this, I'm nervous.
It's okay. It's always whenever it's something new, it's always a little nerve-wracking. I get
I'm,
the same way.
I'm
But-
nervous.
And believe it or not, sometimes whenever I'm standing there and I'm not saying anything, I'm
Mhm.
not being mean to anyone. I just don't know what to say.
Right.
So I just get quiet rather than sounding stupid. So
Like, oh, she has a resting bee face. I really do, but like that doesn't mean like I'm a really kind person. Like if you come to talk to me, I'm gonna be like all smiles, but like I'm just in my head and being nervous and trying to like talk myself out of it in that moment, honestly.
Mhm. It seems to be pretty common among us all. He has anxiety too.
Yeah.
uh, I get around the same thing, and sometimes whenever I go into acting, I kind of do the same thing to where it's like Oh no, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up. But after a few times, I started to get to where I'm starting to calm down now, and I don't get that way. I have to do it a few times repetitively in order to get past that. And actually, even up to a few weeks ago, I was still having a little bit of that anxiety myself.
Mhm.
And so that brings up a good point. We're not always how we seem.
It's not. We go through.
I, Yeah. I've been in sales for 20 years, so you think, and it's door to door, a lot of door to door stuff.
Yeah,
And so you think that I'm very outgoing. I'm actually shy. If you initiate the conversation with me,
yeah,
we're good. I'll respond happily. I'm happy to have a conversation. I'm happy to laugh, but I'm pretty quiet.
right. That's me. And like outside of modeling and commercials and acting, I do events. So I do trade shows and pop up events for brands and stuff like that. And most people, when I tell them what I do, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're outgoing." And then they get around me in a setting that's like more chill, and they're like, "Hold on, this is not the same person." And I'm like, the vibes are different. Like when I'm at work, I have to make myself be smiley and engaging. Like I'm not thinking about the anxiety, but when I'm
Mhm.
on set, that's different because I'm in my head thinking about, okay, my lines or this pose or what I'm trying to execute.
For
So
sure. And that's a lesson that I would teach a lot of salesmen whenever I was doing some sales training, as well as I took it myself. And that's why I started doing a lot more acting, is because it made me uncomfortable. I always teach, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
yes,
And I can't remember who I got that from, but it's from a major person in influence world. And I was like, get comfortable being uncomfortable. So I was like, all right, if it makes me uncomfortable, I got to do it. I've done a shirtless scene at a casino, and it made me uncomfortable to be that way. After I did it, after that, I have no problem taking my shirt off out out in
that's
public and playing stickball or going swimming. I'm like, yeah, I did it on TV.
yes. Well, that's supposed to build confidence as well because as creators, sometimes we're a little bit of perfectionists.
Hmm.
And this world, no one is perfect. And sometimes it's the imperfectness of it that makes it perfect. And I just feel like if everybody go in with that mindset, like I'm just enjoying the opportunity, giving it my all and leaving it as that instead of thinking about the negative, I
Hmm.
think the anxiety will go down a little bit.
Yeah. The only thing that I can't get past is my anxiety for singing on stage.
Yeah, mm-mm.
See, I can give presentations and I can do public speaking. I used to not be able to, but I can now. Over the past several years. Uh, but before then I got super nervous in public, but now it's singing. I try to sing on stage, and I'm told I have a great voice, but when I get on stage, I cannot make it come out because I get too nervous. I get quiet.
Oh my gosh. So what help, like what are little tips to kind of course it's not going to erase it completely, but like help you through the anxiety when it gets overwhelming?
Hmm. Uh, for me personally, I put it in my head that I got to do it, and that the more I do it, more repetitive I get with it, the more comfortable I get with it.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like it's not microdosing; it's plunging in every single time. I practice in the shower, and I sound great in the shower. I'm a wonderful shower singer, but whenever it comes out to public, it's not there.
Well, hopefully one day, like you'll keep practicing that to get over that.
That's the plan. So hopefully I can get past it. I'm very happy with the way things are going, and I'm happy to. Well, I'm not happy to keep putting myself out there, but I'm more than happy to because I know that it's for my own good.
Yes, definitely, definitely. It's gonna pay off.
So, what about you? Do you do karaoke or sing or anything?
Oh my gosh, I do sing. It's
Hmm.
more so like when no one's around because I sound like a dead dog. No, I'm not that bad, but I love karaoke. I love karaoke. I'm a very adventurous person, so I love nature. I love going hiking. I want to skydive, but I haven't found anyone that will do it with me. Scary cats.
We'll,
Um,
we'll do it with you. We
yeah,
want to skydive.
when I do it, I'm definitely gonna vlog it. But yeah, I love karaoke. My sister, she's the singer. I'm more of the ad libber. So like when she's singing, I'll put my little 2 cents in, and let her do her thing.
You're the hype person.
Yes, a hype woman to her.
Nice. Hey, families got to support each other, right?
Exactly. I'm there.
And a lot of people don't see how much, family support that it needs in our industry as well.
Mhm,
Because, it really does. If it's not for, if your family's constantly against you, then you're fighting an uphill battle, right?
mhm.
If your family's there with you, sometimes they'll be there, sometimes they'll doubt it,
Yeah.
but just like you had to come to believe, they got to believe as well with you.
Mm.
How instrumental has your family been for you and where you're at now?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so like my family is very supportive. I have 6 sisters, 3 brothers,
Oh wow.
and I have like 13 nieces and nephews. I I'm gonna add to it one day, just not today.
Eventually.
But they're super supportive, and my mom LaShawn and my sister Aaliyah, they're actually in the industry. So Aaliyah, she sings, she models, and she's an actress. And then my mom, she's an actress, and she also models.
Oh,
So
nice.
the industry, it helps a lot because I have family that's not in the industry, and like when I'm trying to tell them something, they're just not getting it. They're like, "What? What's that?" But they're still supportive with it. So it's a balance. I love it. I love it. I'm so grateful and thankful that I have family that does support me.
That is awesome, and it's really cool that you have like your that kind of like generational.
Yes. Yes.
It's that is awesome. My kids, they actually act a little bit too. They can be a bit shy, but they prefer acting over other jobs.
Yes.
And so it's pretty cool to see, other families have generations that have followed through as well too. And so congrats to you and your family. That is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, uh, is there any last tips that you want to give? We have 8 minutes still, but is there anything that you want to give? Any encouragements or advice or any kind of knowledge you want to drop? Maybe anything.
Okay. So, mm, I don't know.
Is that a problem? Hey, sometimes we get a little deep.
Oh, right. Like, okay. I would just say, like, I would just add on to what I was saying earlier. Just be authentically you, because I feel like for me, I'm authentically myself, no matter where I am, no matter who's in the room, and what's for me will come. And that's why I always stay true to myself, because when you're not true to yourself, you won't really you won't really know what's for you and what's not, because you're pretending. Like, stay true to yourself and just continue to strive. Your dreams matter, your goals matter. And even if you have people close to you that don't believe in you or see your vision the way that you see it, don't stop. Like, that's my thing. Just don't stop no matter what. I'm not saying like quit your job and, be a creator. No. But it's ways for, how they say, you make time for what you want and for who.
Mhm.
It's kind of that, like, it's a balance between personal life, creative, family, and I feel like it fits in. If it's your dreams and your goals, go for it.
Nice. That's some great advice. Now, you actually touched on something a little bit earlier that I actually I thought of something actually too. How important is set etiquette?
Very, 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 because you don't know who knows who. So the gossiping, the negative talk, the complaining, all of that, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself, because at the end of the day, you don't know who know who. The person
Hmm.
is on set with you can be someone that is real close to the producer, to the director. So anything negative, you probably won't get a call back. You probably won't be able to work with them ever again because of that. And it's
Hmm.
professional. Like you showed up for a reason. That's what you wanted to do. Don't complain. Stick it out. And I'm not gonna lie. That just, my mind got sidetracked. I went to before I started taking modeling and acting serious. I went to it was for an extra role, right?
Hmm.
And I was getting so impatient. I'm not gonna lie. This is my first time ever. So I'm like, why do we have to be here at 1 when it doesn't start till 5? Like, I didn't understand that at the time. I was young. So I'm being impatient, but I'm not saying anything to anyone. And I'm like, oh, well, I have to go at 6. Like, I didn't plan on being here this long. So I left at 6. One of my good friends that was there, she was like, girl, you should have stayed. They did X, Y, and Z. And they actually gave us camera time, and they needed someone to talk to the waitress. It was like a love scene, and it was like a waitress coming to, serve drinks or whatever. They was looking for a waitress, and you could have been at that part. Like, next time, don't leave. And that taught me a lot, because when you say you're going to do something, do it. Go through with it. Like, don't leave early, don't complain, don't gossip. That is super, super important, no matter what set you're on.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
some great advice.
Yeah.
Uh, have you seen anybody get kicked off of set for bad etiquette?
Yes. Yes. So this one girl, we was actually at a video shoot, and it took longer than expected. They did give us an end time at this one. And we was going over in time. So, well, technically she finished the set, but I think this kind of still is in the lines of what you're asking. So we was getting close to the end, and she was like, well, I'm leaving at 8. I'm leaving at 8. And it just had like a real bad attitude. It's a way you can be like, hey, this is what I agreed to. Because it's okay to leave. Like, if you say, if it's an agreement and this is your end time and that's when you're done getting paid, that's your pay time, it's okay to leave, but it's a way you do it. And I feel like she was really rude and just belligerent. And they was like, you know what? You can leave and don't come back tomorrow.
Mm.
And I was like,
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
it's exactly.
And
I think
was
my
it?
big advice, like on set, at a photo shoot, fashion show, no matter where you are, when you're working with other people, just stay positive. Like, just give off positive energy. And even if you're in a bad mood, like you showed up, just fake it till you make it. Like, just don't rub off negative energy on other people, because energy is big and people can feel it.
Hmm. Very true. It's the external part of your presence that a lot of that you can't see,
Exactly.
but your energy would tell you, hey, sometimes your energy tells people to stay away, and
And sometimes,
and then you miss out on opportunities of people, producers, directors who are also extras at the moment,
mhm,
and or else PAs, and they see the way you act, and they're like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do business with that person. They have a great look, but I don't like their attitude. Or else, the other side happens. Hey, I always see that you're professional. You do a great job. I want to invite you to be part of my story.
exactly. And that's the biggest thing, because sometimes just a smile can open a door for you, or just a kind gesture, kind words. I'm not saying you have to kiss butt and, overly do things, but if you're just naturally being yourself, and like you're in a room full of people, like, introduce yourself, be positive, give off positive energy, and you never know where that's going to go. It comes back to you, but you don't know in what ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Well, Ace, it has been wonderful. I
Yeah, of
appreciate you coming on today, and it is always great chatting with you.
course. Thank you.
Now, like I said, I have your social medias and your YouTube, and like for that, I just forgot to put the TikTok on there, but I did put your both of your Instagrams on there as well. Okay,
My TikTok
and
is
so
so it's fine.
all right, because I got the I have the end credits and I put them together earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna put both her Instagrams on there.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So everybody, y'all can find her on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, as well as TikTok.
Yes,
And
that's
then that will be at the end of the episode.
awesome.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you, Ace.
All right, bye bye.
Bye. You have a wonderful night.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Thanks to Ace. That is awesome. Really appreciate her jumping on today. She is such a wonderful personality. Go out, follow her. Like she said, she is a little shy. So if you see her, tell her hi. Okay. Don't avoid her. Tell her hi. You know, she's a very caring person, and I do know for a fact that she is very positive and bubbly once you get to know her, as well as after you introduce yourself. So do that. Same with me. You see me out in public, come say hi. I don't mind. I don't bite unless you want me to, but I don't. Anyways, on to some of the other topics here. Now we do have because I'm trying to push the YouTube page. You know, I'm at 15 subscribers, which I'm very grateful for all 15 of you guys. When we get to 25, you know, I'll be doing a double raffle. You know, these are some of the his first hats that he put together, and pretty cool beaded hats. Once we get to 25, I'll be doing a drawing, and 25 subscribers, I'll be doing a drawing, and we'll be able to do the hats. Okay. Here's another hat right here. This is gonna be at, I don't know. Did I say 25? Yeah, 25. So I have two of these. One's gonna be at 50, and the other one's gonna be at 100. I know that we're in Texas, and the Cowboys have been struggling, but hopefully a better season is in hand for us next year. You know, fingers crossed. Still a Cowboys fan. You know, I know it's not funny, but anyways, I appreciate you guys still liking me through it. So, and you know, let's go Cowboys. Our next guest though is a cinematographer. He's a rap artist. He is a songwriter, director, and an actor, and his just mixture extraordinaire. His name, we have Debo King, but you may know him better as his artist name, which is 3400 King, or on some of his social medias, whenever he does social media, his cinematographer stuff, he is the shooter. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play his intro video, and then whenever we come back, we will have 3400 King on himself. Now, this actually dropped today, so if you want to see the full video of this, this is just a short of it. If you want to see the whole thing, go to IRM Films on YouTube. Check it out. The full video is right there. It's a brand new video. All right. So here we go.
Welcome to Film Hub Friday at the Dallas Film Hub. Are you ready? We're about to go on tour. Do you have what it takes? Yes or no? Let us know. Will you be riding with the team? Will you be boarding the bus? We'll see. We got a great turnout here today. Yes, sir. My brother.
Yes, sir.
Who are you?
Jay Gutterman, sir.
What do you do?
Martial art expert, sir.
Okay, are you ready to put it all on the screen, young man? That's what I like to hear. Dallas Film Hub Friday. What you laughing for, young lady? Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Ace, the astronaut.
Oh, okay, are you sure?
Okay, you ready to go to Mars?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Give me a 360, please.
The 360? Okay. You ready to take me on tour?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Seems like we got a good crowd. Everybody ready to go. It's looking good. I got my vets behind me. You know what's going on, man. Yeah, the Dallas Film Hub. Film Hub Friday. Every Friday, we're about to take this show on the road. We're about to go on tour. Catch us in a town, city near you. Who else we have out there?
Debo, what's happening, brother?
Yo, what it do, my brother?
Man, that was fun. We shot that last Friday, right?
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, that's fun. I'm up here smiling like a little kid watching it, like I ain't seen the shit.
I know, me too. I was smiling all through. I was like, man, and the full version is
Oh my god,
so much better. It's really good. I
it's
like it.
amazing. Yes, sir.
And so remember, y'all can go onto YouTube at IRM Films and watch it. It's the last video that came out. It's about 6 minutes long, or about seven, close-ish.
And it's worth it. It's worth your time. Make sure you go
What's
watch it
your
and
and
follow and
so
subscribe and comment.
all right, brother. So give us a little introduction to who you are, real quick.
Man, I was listening and you already gave the introduction, man. Artist, director, actor, entrepreneur, businessman, all around gentleman, all around great guy, all around king, all around greatness. You know what I'm saying? That's who
Yeah,
I am. I am greatness.
there you go. I know in the post I put mixer extraordinaire himself. You do a lot of things.
Hmm.
Now, how long have you been in the entertainment industry? Because I know that you did we did rap artists, right? How long did is that how you started or
Yeah, I started out as an artist, man, and I'm an artist. Period. Point blank. From music to writing to editing to directing to filming. Like I'm an artist. Like I love art. So it's really been in me since I can say a kid. Like I've been rapping since a kid. But seriously, I just started getting serious since I was grown. Like most people, unless you got certain person pushing you or something. But it's all good, man.
nice, man. How long ago did you start rapping or start, with your first I guess single or release?
So you basically trying to get me to say how old I am, huh? Is that what you're trying to get me to do, little dog?
You
Is that
don't
what you're
gotta
trying
give
to
an
get me to
age,
do,
but you can
little
give us
dog, the
like be
big
like
dog?
19 years.
Man, but man, my first time probably actually recording a song was probably when I was between 16 to 17 or 17 to 18. First time recording a song, and it probably was horrible, but we grow.
Nice, man. Yeah, we sure do. There's even my first episode, I was just telling Ace that I fumbled a lot. I fumbled a lot of words. I got super nervous, and I was sweating on camera, even though I'm the only one here.
It be like that, you're not the only one. You the only one there, but you're not the only one here online. The whole world is online.
It sure is, and it's pretty cool because the industry's changed from the way that it used to be to the way it is now.
Yes.
And so, how were some of the ways that you used to network back in the, whenever you first started? Since, because I like to ask that for people who've been in the industry over, 7 or 8 years, because the industry's changed in that quickly.
The industry have changed, and it has changed more or less to work in favor of the artist. But back in the day, networking was really a job. Networking was really being in these streets, hence where they come with the name street team. People really had street teams. Now one person can get on the internet and send out the post, mass message, mass link. But back in the day, you had to do it yourself or have people. Hey, have you heard about Debo King? Have you heard about Debo King? Have you heard about Debo King? And man, thank God for technology.
Makes it a lot easier now.
Makes it a lot easier. Seriously.
So where would you say that you drew inspiration, or where you draw inspiration out for your artistic side? Because there was one other business that you do that I didn't mention actually too.
Say that again.
I said I actually asked two different questions, but and I just realized that. However, it was more of a run-on sentence. But do you actually do something else too that I didn't mention?
Yeah, I actually do tattoos. I'm a tattoo artist as well, and I'm very good at it. But like, that's not where my heart at. So
Mhm.
like, I might not say nothing about it. I might not even be on Facebook or Instagram promoting tattoos by Debo King. You might just see me on there. Who need music videos? Who ready to film? Who trying to record? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I do. I also do tattoos. I'm also a fashion designer. You know what I'm saying? I had a brand that I'm rebranding now. So be expecting that to be looking for that real soon. 3400 gear for everybody. I got y'all. Fuck with me.
Nice, man. That is awesome. When I was over there at the over by your studio, that was actually pretty cool. How long have you had a studio for?
I've been having the studio a little over a year, and I've been in a position to get a place or get a studio, but nothing was really like calling me like that place. That place called like when I went up there, that place was calling my name. It was like, any available units? I need one. It's just so artsy. It's like the environment is bred for creativity. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Man, that is awesome. Now, how long ago did you hook up with Film Hub Friday? 'Cause that's what the film was through, our hook up with Doobie.
Yeah, with Doobie, Film Hub Friday actually started with Bike Life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Doobie. My boy Doobie had just got a new camera, and me and him, we like we like some geeks and we like some tech heads. So like, we get a piece of new girl, while other people worried about females, shoes, or certain stuff. We get a new piece of girl. We be like, bro, look, bro, let's go outside. Let's play with it. Let's see what it can do. And we shot Bike Life 1. And it was like, boy, it was history from there. We was like, who trying to come out to Film Hub Friday? Shout out to Doobie. Doobie just made that up and created that like off the dome, off the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
was,
his definitely got a talent. Man,
man,
it's like the mad scientist.
he is.
Even sometimes whenever he does his interview, he'll wear his glasses, and it's like, man.
For real. He look, the evil scientist. Bro, like I know people like in the black culture, we like to compare like directors to Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? But like Doobie, and I don't know if this cause he one of my favorite directors, but Doobie definitely give me Quentin Tarantino vibes. Like, just a mad scientist. Like, it's a method to his madness. Like, it might seem crazy, but wait till you watch the movie.
Oh
Go watch
yeah.
a Quentin Tarantino movie, man. Say,
I'm pretty sure that's interesting. The film right there too.
man, say, go watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, man. That man there is a genius.
Mhm.
Done or
And
does Pulp Fiction, any one of them. Go watch it.
I remember the first time I did a video with Doobie. It was a music video slash video, and man, I was like, so what's going on? And he just kind of gave me instructions as I was going. I was like, okay.
I'm
you
telling you.
know?
It's like, okay. And it always worked out. I promise I haven't seen nothing he did that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy genius. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my guy for real, for real.
Oh, for sure. We had Lion on not so long back, and he was also started with you in Bike Life.
Yeah, shout out the
Of all the
line.
Bike Lives. But one is by far my favorite, just because I thought something was gonna happen. So
Bro,
he's like Kung
I
Fu
thought
Panda.
something was gonna happen. Nothing happened. I drove right past his ass. Nothing happened. He didn't trip me or nothing. He didn't put my bike on flat or nothing, man. I just drove right past him, man. It was fun, and like, I'm thankful for little moments like that, and I'm thankful for what those little moments grow into. Because, you know what I'm saying? If he wasn't being himself, If I wasn't being myself, if Lion wasn't being himself, that wouldn't have came together. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
it was just so happened to be the right people in the right place at the right time. And now my name Bike Life until people know who I am for real. People be like, Bike Life, Bike Life. No, that's not my name. Call me Debo, Debo King, King, 34 inch King, anything. Shit, fuck it, call me Bike Life. Call me Bike Life, I'll take it.
Sometimes we get that one role, and it's just that's how we get known.
That's what I'm scared of. I don't want to be Urkel for life. I don't
Yeah.
want to be Carlton for life. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a good point.
I don't want to be these guys for life. Shout out to them guys, but I don't want to be them guys for life. Man.
Yeah. uh it's good showing off diversity, because every time I see you have a bit diversity in there, and you do as far as the acting for Film Hub Friday, I see that Doobie brings out the best in people.
He do. He do. He
It's
bring out the best in me cause little quick story. I didn't link up with Doobie to be an actor. You know what I'm saying? I'm a director like him. I wanted to pick his brain, learn from him. And then one day he like, bro, I need you. I'm like, what? Get my camera ready. Bro, I need you to play this role. Play a role? What? I'm confused. He like, bro, I'm telling you. And then ever since then, bro, I've been playing roles. People been asking me how long have I been acting. They think I've been doing this for years, bro. They don't know I just started in 2025 with Doobie and RM Film and Film Hub Fridays. I just started.
nice. He
Nice.
saw that skill and that talent there.
And I appreciate it. Cause like I said, I'm so humble and so reserved that I want everybody else to shine. Like, let me be. I be wanting to be behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? You done been on set. I be like, dude, let me help you. He be like, I'm good. You sure, bro? You sure? I ain't gotta be acting in the scene, bro. I ain't gotta be acting. I can hold the light, hold the camera, hold the mic. I can do something else. You know what I'm saying? I,
Yeah.
I I'm down for the overall goal of what we're trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Nice, man. That is so awesome, and it's kind of cool that he keeps pushing that, bringing that out in you. Because there is a talent there, and you're actually really good at it. And even whenever on the microphone, I mean, what people don't know is that it's basically all improv.
It's basically people do not know. People, bro, new people, when new people pull up on Film Hub Friday, this is what I'm tired of people asking me. What's the script? Y'all got a script for the day? No. When the men with the plan start talking, start paying attention. Other than that, enjoy yourself, network, and be ready. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. For sure, and that's exactly how it is. I've seen a couple of people that have come along. They're like, "So what are we doing? Is there a script?" And it's like, "No, there isn't." Have fun, be yourself.
Have, have fun.
Even when Matthew was there, it was that was literally what you guys said. Have fun with it.
I got fun with Shaft and Backfield with. That was a dope short. That was a dope promo short. That was just all around dope. I love the diversity, man. Like when I tell you, Doobie done seen it. Who people done been around me, like they done seen it, bro. I be watching anything Film Hood Friday and to look at all the different flavors of people and everybody just merging like one big boiling pot and nobody's on no drama or problems. It's beautiful. You little dog, man, say y'all probably don't know. I call him little dog the big dog, man. Cause nobody been not bitch for my boy. That's my boy, man. We locked in. Like when I tell you little dog a go getter, little dog don't mind helping. Little mind don't mind. Let's say, little dog. I salute you, brother. I salute you all the way through.
Man, I
For real.
appreciate it. I don't mind helping. That's I'm figuring. I'm there. I'm getting to have fun. Why not help put some stuff away too? It's not like it's like it takes more time away from Doobie from editing. And getting stuff that he needs to get done. And so I figured that if I'm over there and I'm there to have fun, I got invited to it. Why not help put it away?
Say we salute you, we appreciate you. I don't know if you realize it. That's why like everybody can't really come in my unit when it's a lot of people. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's limited to the good people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, little dog, you can change it to your wardrobe and her stop playing, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on. I ain't doing no tripping.
Yeah.
Unless a person I would have been like, Doobie would have had to come to me and be like, Debo, let him change for me, please, bro. I'd be like, okay, bro, for you. But you, certain people, bro, come on. What you, yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? Say, shout out to the good people, man, cause like we got a good group of people there. Nobody's selfish. I'm not saying selfish ways. I'm not saying too many selfish ways or too much. So, like, I appreciate that. Like, people not minding if the camera not all of, bro. People are coming there to genuinely just help and support. People not get mad if the camera not on them today or it's not about them today.
Hmm.
People are happy to be at Film Hub Friday, man. Shout out to Film Hub Friday, the Dallas Film Hub, RM Films, Doobie B. You know what I'm saying? For real. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to Big Sam. Shout out to Miss Tracy, man. For real.
Oh yeah, they've been very helpful. Miss Tracy is always very kind and compassionate person, and
Kind. She
so
bring that energy. She bring that love. You know what I'm saying? For
yeah.
real.
And then you actually bring a lot of energy to it too. Sometimes it'd be very quiet, and then you come through with that megaphone, or you know, you come through and you kind of hype it all up, and it
Mhm.
re-energizes the whole area. Which is
Yeah, for
really
real.
also refreshing too. And one thing that's refreshing about working on sets that are just improv only is because as actors, we take things way too serious sometimes, especially scripts, sets. There's a lot of stress that's involved in those, and so it's good to let loose and have fun.
Have fun. Enjoy yourself. We love what we're doing, but we're not trying to make it like work. We're
Mhm.
working, but we're not trying to make it work like, oh, let's hurry up. No, let's have fun.
For
Let's do
sure.
great. Let's be productive. Let's be our best. You know what I'm saying? Let's help somebody. Let's support somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like Film Hub Friday, I don't know if people understand, but I see Film Hub Friday as something so big. So big, bro. I see Atlanta having a film hub. I see LA film hub. I see NYC film hub. And they all derive from this one film hub. And the LA film hub, the NYC film hub, it's not for the top actors in the world. No, it's for you around the corner that feel like I can act. I want to act. I want to come put my brand on in something. I want to be a part of something great. Come on.
For sure, right? That's what we're here for. And as far as networking events go, I have a hard time keeping up with a lot of networking events, but with this being on a weekly basis, it's helped out a lot because I know that it's a steady thing every single week.
And this like it's crazy. Like to me, we get a short film out of it. My face get to be seen. Your face get to be seen. Her face get to be seen. His face get to be seen.
Hmm.
And
And what's
basically, long story short, this is just a networking event. Really, that you get to actually like not just network, but showcase your product, your talent. You can showcase your skills here for the
ex-
whole world to see.
exactly, that is amazing, and that's what I really like about it as well too, is that as an actor, one of the more expensive things that are cost is your reel, and it's one of the harder things to obtain because you got to do student films or short films like we're doing, and you got to seek out somebody, you got to go through an audition process as well. Well, I mean, just come through, network, show what you're about, be steady, be humble, and be ready to have fun.
Be ready to have fun, man. Be ready to work. That's all it is. And I'm
Hmm.
glad you said that because like we preparing for Street Detectives coming soon. You know what I'm saying? And in the process of preparing, I'm gonna say this on your platform. This is the first platform I'm saying this on. I done said it to other people. I'm new to the acting game. After Street Detectives, I'm not gonna have to go to auditions. People gonna be like, "Say, I need you to play this role. I need you to play this role." And with that being said, I'm thankful for Film Hub Fridays because even though that's gonna be my first major role, I'm still gonna have all this to build my reel. I got all this to be like I was in this, that, and the third. And look at me in different forms. We laying it out for you. You just gotta come get it.
For sure. And what one thing that a lot of people don't know is actually the quality, because there is a big quality difference you can see from Doobie's old work versus Bike Life and newer. And what a lot of people don't realize, and I believe I was talking to Doobie, but he said that his camera is Netflix approved.
Netflix approved, baby.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
So, a lot of times you're worried about quality. He's got some excellent quality, and that camera does some amazing stuff, catches some amazing shots.
That camera is a fool. But listen, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. It's not the camera, it's the man.
Oh yeah.
It's the man. I done seen it firsthand. When he first showed me the camera, I was like, happy for him, but I was like, yeah, that's not my type of camera. You know what I'm saying? You seen my camera, little dog. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, not my type of camera. I'm gonna get it. This was before I had my camera. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get an FX3. Whoopty, 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 whoop. And then after he started working with that, I was like, bro, that's that camera? He was like, Debo, I'm telling you, bro. I was like, bro, say less, bro. I was like, let me stop questioning your ass. Let me stop second guessing your ass, bro. Let me shut the fuck up. Cause I was like, we watching it at my studio with my son. I'm like,
Uh-oh. I think we lost him. Uh Unfortunately, that's one downside about, let me see if we can get it back real quick. Uh Once he comes back in, I'll go ahead and add him back to the stage. But yeah, getting reels is definitely one of the more expensive and more costlier ones, because sometimes you got to travel to other cities or stuff like that for independent directors, stuff like that. And to be able to go somewhere and network, have some fun, get to know people around you, as well as get to have fun on camera and act and be able to use those for good quality on your reels. I mean, that is a big thing in the acting world. And it shows Debo's still there. It's just his camera's not on, I guess. But you know, that is definitely something that's important for being an actor, because you do need these reels, and sometimes not having reels can hold you back, which you need monologues, and that is what I help out with. Oh, looks like he's coming back in. Camera. Oh, there we go.
and it do it. Happened, I don't
Welcome
know
back.
why. My apologies, my apologies, my brother.
Oh, you're all good. It happens, until we get a full studio set going, we're probably gonna have a little bit of these blackouts. I remember sometimes my camera would do it.
Say that one more time.
Oh, you're frozen, bro. Yep, looks like we lost him again. Okay, I just had to check. Uh, it could be signal. It could be a couple of other issues. However, Uh, but anyways, Film Hub Fridays is every single Friday. This week we're not going to be in the same spot. We're actually going to a different spot. So if you want to know more, you do have to text the number. You do have to follow the page as well. It's Dallas Film Hub. Uh, Let me go back to media assets so that way I can pull it up and show you guys. We have this right here. It's what I showed you guys earlier. And the phone number is right down there. 469-219-4620. That's who you're going to contact after you follow Dallas Film Hub. All right. We got Debo back. Yeah, welcome back.
I just don't know what happened with my internet, or I don't know what it was, man. My apologies. YouTube,
You're all
Facebook,
good.
wherever this is streaming. My apologies, little dog.
Oh no, you're all good. It happens. There's been times where my power went out and the only thing I had going was this phone, and I had to pull out a little lantern in order to light myself up.
Bro, I'm on here like trying to click back in. I'm like, no, this is a dope interview. Not right now. Not right now.
It's all good, man. It all happens, and it happens on podcasts. So that's one thing that Film Help Friday has helped out with me a little bit more is thinking quicker on my feet again. I used to do it a lot. I fell out of it for a while, but being able to improv and get back to it, it's helped out quite a bit.
Yeah, me too, cause when I tell you, like, boy, I would have never thought I'd be coming up with lines off the head. Not me.
Yeah. I think you're having a little bit of signal issues again. I may be having signal issues as well. I don't know.
Yeah, you sound a little static. Maybe you have some issues now, brother. Do I sound static on your end?
Hold on a second. Let me just check it real quick. Okay. All right. I just had to confirm that that wasn't on my end. Because sometimes mine would be do that too. Whenever it storms, I have horrible signal. And it's a lot because there's construction over here.
Okay. It might be my signal too. I'm like, man, say, no telling, bro. No telling.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound a bit robotic too.
It might be the signals.
Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on phone?
Yo, yo, yo,
Sorry, I think that was me.
yo.
I think so. Give me 1 second.
Yo, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is madness. You have to string your step a little out with it. Y'all, man, y'all know what's going on. Why am I still here in the house? How am I even still here in the house? Y'all, man.
All right.
I don't understand. I was like, how am I still here in the house? Is gone. I'm still here.
It's happened sometimes. I just get to the point where sometimes my Wi-Fi is just too weak to handle my laptop and my phone.
Say something else.
See, I can hear myself, but because I'm checking the volume on the laptop as well.
And you sound like distorted. I can barely like make out what you're saying. It sounds distorted.
I gotcha. Yeah, you sound pretty distorted as well. Let me get on Facebook real quick and check the quality real quick. All right. I know that we're on a little bit of a delay. Let me see. I apologize, and it could be, this is just some of the issues with having, weak signal.
You know, freaking signal.
Okay, yeah, I sound okay on Facebook. I do get you a little bit robotic though on the Facebook feed as well.
Y'all can't even understand you, bro. They
Dang.
saying
Okay.
real pop.
All right, brother. Well, dang it. I wanted to get into some of your your history as well. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. Here, I'm gonna refresh my screen, and so I'm gonna start over. Okay.
So you want me to log out and come back in? You know, look, I'm log out and come back in.
All right. So I had to reset my screen. Sometimes whenever I disconnect from the internet, I have to reset myself or refresh because it's still trying to run off of old signal and not full signal. And so if you guys can hear me just fine, if you're still checking us out and you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat or tell me that you can hear me. Okay. I really appreciate it. It's been interesting. Um, you know, and it was actually going really, really smooth. And so I'm kind of surprised. We got Debo back. Let's check in with him.
I just started off. No, just my phone or what, but you still sound distorted, bro.
Yeah, you sound pretty distorted as well, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Well, this is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to set up an in-person interview now, okay?
I'm with that, bro. We're gonna have to do that, bro. For sure.
All right. And whenever we do that, we're gonna get more into your history, okay?
Say that one more time.
We're gonna get more into your history and what you got coming up.
I already, man, this shit was 3400 King, Debo King, man. I'm working on so many things, but I don't like to talk about certain things until deposits are paid and certain things happen, you know what I'm saying? Until they put that bag in my lap and the project becomes official. I ain't gonna say too much, but I got some big projects on the way. You know what I'm saying? For its acting, for its filming. So my boy do one more time because he told me to, bro, get back on your music shit. I'm gonna get back on my music shit. I'm gonna get at, I'm gonna get at, I'm gonna get at. You know what I'm saying? On IG, make sure y'all follow me, 3400 King underscore I'm underscore him. Follow me on Facebook, Debo King. And I am Debo 3400 King. That's me, man. Shout out my boy Lil Dog, the big dog, man. I know what's going on.
Thank you, Debo. I'm gonna catch you later for an in-person interview again, okay?
So we're gonna line it up sooner than later, brother, for real. And I
All
appreciate
right, brother. We'll see you later.
you.
All right. So what that means is that we're gonna have to actually sit down and go over with Debo and do some of our. Okay, I can hear myself. I had to double check the volume real quick, so if you heard a little bit of an echo, that was me listening to me. Because what I want to do is I want to sit down with him. I want to make sure that we can go ahead and get a full interview with him. So we're gonna probably set up at the studios a little bit later on. That way I can sit down, have a conversation, make sure that we have some steady signals so that way we have, a really good smooth episode. And like I said, with Film Hub Friday, there's a lot more opportunities that are coming up. I'm not going to say anything too early because I want it to be a bit of a surprise. And I do want to invite, everybody on and everybody who's come on in the past to come in person and be able to sit down and chat. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do some other things, but I really want to thank everybody who's come on. I want to thank all of our guests. And if you didn't quite understand him, you can find Debo King. I have all of his social medias in the end credits. So his YouTube, his Facebook, and his Instagram. It's all listed in the end credits. If you want, take a screenshot of it. But if you couldn't understand him, it's 3400 King, no space in between. And on Instagram, I believe it's uh, the shooter underscore I am underscore him, HIM. Okay, give him a follow, give him a like, and keep up to date with what he's doing. He does have a lot of music on there. He's got some of his other stuff. If you need a cinematographer, hit him up. If you go to the ads, you'll see that his is there too. You can reach out to him on his social medias, and he will is very awesome guy. We didn't get to into how tall he is, because honestly, with me, I'm about 5'11", and he makes me feel short. So tall guy. If you need somebody who's tall, who could be tough, who could be a hype man, who could be basically any character that you want, reach out to Debo. He'll be more than happy to help you out in your project. And if you also need another cameraman, definitely a good man to reach out to as well. All right. So I really appreciate everybody. Don't forget, we're trying to push the subscribers on the YouTube. That's where I'm going to be dropping a lot of shorts, some of the reels, some of the independent stuff that you'll see on some of my other social medias. However, there's going to be some stuff that I start putting on there that's not going to be on Facebook or Instagram. And so whenever I start adding that stuff, keep up with it, because I have some bigger things planned. And, I've been writing as well too, and I can't wait to be able to translate those into short films myself. And so I'm going to do that with their help as well, because they have been amazing and detrimental to helping me out. So I'm very happy to have this network. You know, there were some of the other networks like down in San Antonio. They have Lions Act Productions with Marcus, who I've been fortunate to know and be able to get on a couple of his projects as well. However, it kind of bummed me out because they're so far away. San Antonio is about 5 hours, and it takes some gas to get down there. For a little while, gas got pretty high, and so you know, uh, shout out to, Enchiladas Olay, who supported me at the time and was able to get me a hotel down there at that point. Mary's been an awesome person and has supported my career for a while. And I even saw it there whenever I was just doing background too. She was like, wow, you're going to do great. You're going to go far. You got a great look. And then I started hearing it from a lot of other people. And so, I started to believe it, because back in high school and other times, I've come across where people were like, weren't you on the other side of the building? And I'm like, no, I was over here. So I thought that, I looked a lot like a lot of other people. And so I thought I was cookie cutter. And turns out I actually wasn't. And, you know, I really am happy for the support system that I have. My family, everybody in my family, my immediate family, my extended family, my friends, my Film Hub Friday family, my set family. Uh, you know, we're all here to support and help each other out. I don't want to have any animosity on here. And so, I don't support that kind of behavior. I don't want anybody to drag anybody else down. This is not a platform for, bucket crabs. We're not here to drag each other down. We're here to help support each other, because acting and everything, it comes in waves. So, we're like boats floating on the waves. Whenever the tide comes in, we all rise with the tide, and whenever it goes down, we help to support each other. And so that was what a good community is about, and that's what you want in a community. There's a lot of acting schools. Definitely go to the acting schools, because you're going to get a lot of very good lessons that you're not going to get anywhere else. So those are important. But it's also important to have a community where you can get together and have fun, not have to take things so seriously or stress out. And remember, acting is fun. You get to pretend to be somebody else for a living. I mean, I don't know what's much better than that. I love being pretend for other things. One thing that I was in high school, and this gets that funny, but I did Dungeons and Dragons, and we do LARPing too, and so we LARP, different movies, Dungeons and Dragons, our characters, stuff like that, and so I didn't realize that all of that was you know part of who I am now, that where it would lead me. I was just doing it because we were young and we were having fun. And now I get to play pretend, whenever I go on set and be a part of the story, because I love telling stories. I love being a part of the story. And I'm so fortunate for all the storytellers that I do know who believe in me to bring their characters to life. And so I intend on keep improving as usual. All of you out there, improve. keep working at it, whether it's something that you practice on your own or that you got to self record, and then you watch yourself, or you send it out to other people in your network and get tips. Somebody's always out there with some good advice, and you got to watch out. You got to make sure that it's somebody experienced, though, somebody who's making it happen, because there's a lot of people out there that are giving misinformation and bad advice. And so whenever you find somebody who's been in the industry for a long time, like Ronnie Hummel from Ronnie Hummel Productions, RoniHummel, she will answer a lot of questions for you. And if you see something that you're not sure about, make sure and ask, because somebody who's been in the industry as long as Ronnie, who is a veteran of the industry and survived a lot of scams that have come and gone, she knows what to look out for. You have very great agents that are around too, like Lisa McAllister. She wants the best out of people, because here's the thing is, whenever it comes to agents, they're stamping their name on you. And whenever they put you out there, they're like, hey, yes, this person's going to show up. They're going to do their job. They're going to be professional about it. If you make them look bad, there's not much of a chance that they're going to try to give you another chance. Okay. So always make the best of all your opportunities. You put in the work, you got the agent, you made the network ties. Why ruin it by being unprofessional or unprepared whenever an agent or somebody has vouched for you? Because once you make them look bad, that's a bridge burned. That's something that's knowledge that you're not going to get to expand in, because it's always good to go with somebody who's been there for a while and knows what they're doing. All right. But anyways, I really appreciate all of y'all watching tonight, from me and Pretty Girl. Y'all have a wonderful night. Gek the Matson. And don't forget our word. Oh yeah. You know what? I forgot to play this banner right here. But don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, get on your YouTube, get on Facebook. I have my own Facebook dedicated to Today's Entertainers with Little Dog. I'm trying to build it. I am still live streaming to my personal acting page as well currently, because I have more followers there. However, I'm looking to build up the page because I do want to make separations. I do want to get back into the comedy that I did before and making skits. And I want to be able to, separate the two, so that way Today's Entertainers with Little Dog becomes its entity. Okay. And so I really appreciate everybody. Uh, hey, Benita said hi. She wagged her tail too. She said hi. And so, you know what? Media Assets. I almost forgot what I was doing. From Blackfoot Language Academy on Facebook, as well as myself. Kitsakakumen. I love you all. Mom. It's probably a MIP, because I've been drawing correlations between y'all and plural and singular. And so, but I will look that up and I will find that out for you guys next week. All right. If with nothing further to do, Jackie Tomatin, I will see y'all later. Take care. And wrong button.
Fuiste mal con mi corazón y ya ahora vienes a buscarme. Un día fuiste todo para mí y ya ahora no puedo ni verte. Yeah, something like that. Thank y'all, man.